Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the OffGridEnclave. In today's video, we will be having a look at proper wound care of a medium-sized cavity that had been infected. The ability to apply first aid and intermediate aid in an off-grid scenario is quite important. The further one gets away from urban centers, the more important this becomes. For that topic, also see my video about the off-grid medkit. For the sensitive viewers, I pixeled the gory parts of the video. Before we get to the wound care side of things, let me tell you a quick story what happened. So on a Saturday morning, I was minding my own business, walking along my construction site. I slipped a tiny little bit, lost balance, and unfortunately managed to catch the fall with the right foot by stepping onto a massive nail. As things progressed, the nail did not penetrate the foot straight vertically. However, it went in about 1.5 centimeters and then went into the horizontal mode. In the horizontal, it continued for about another 5 to 6 centimeters. After doing the initial first aid, pulling the nail out and doing basic disinfection, very quickly it became clear that this was a more serious incident that needed professional attention. During the initial cleaning of the wound, I pulled all sorts of rubber pieces that got jammed in there from my boot, all sorts of fibers from the sock, and rusty pieces of shrapnel from the nail out of the cavity. I decided to take a bit of a rest, take some painkillers, and go visit the hospital the next day. Of course, full program in the hospital, x-ray if the bone was hurt, luckily it wasn't, tetanus shot, and a proper cleaning of the wound. For that purpose, local anesthesia was applied. A small cut of 5 to 6 centimeters was made to open the wound canal, and the whole shebang was flushed with disinfectant. Some bandage was slapped on, and I was sent on my way home. On my way home, I swung by the pharmacy and picked up antibiotics for 10 days. Amoxicillin every 8 hours. All this happened 14 days ago, and I had 2 more visits to the hospital for professional flushing of the wound canal. In many off-grid scenarios, however, most people are not as lucky to have a hospital within a 20-minute drive. So, let's dive right into the wound care and how to properly disinfect the wound canal. First off is sort ourselves some space where we can comfortably work on the wound. Next, we need our medkit, and we prepare all the things we need. To have a surface that is clean and disinfectable, I use plastic bags. You can unroll the bags to the size that you need and then just fold them open to have a proper surface to work with. If one works with open wounds, one should always have disposable gloves available. Make sure to disinfect the surface as well as the gloves before you use them. Now we sort all the materials that we need. A few wound compresses to soak up the liquid, clean blood, and cover the wound at the end. Wound disinfection spray or any other wound disinfectant you have available. Antiseptic cream for the wound cover and some bandage. Before we remove the bandage and the wound cover, once again we make sure to disinfect the surface we're working on, our gloves, as well as the immediate area of the wound. Up next, we remove the bandage and the wound cover. After removing the last wound cover, once again we hose everything with our wound disinfection spray. To clean the skin around the wound area, I take a sterile wound compress. With that, I gently wipe off the blood and any remaining antiseptic cream. To clean the wound canal of any remaining fluids, I gently press along the flesh around the wound to extract any remaining liquids out of the wound canal. Furthermore, to flush the wound and get larger pieces out, I use the wound disinfection spray. Once the wound has been sufficiently cleaned, we prepare our next step and put the antiseptic cream on the wound compress to cover the wound. Try not to put too little or way too much of the antiseptic cream. You don't want the antiseptic cream to come out on all the sides as you press on the wound cover. Up next is bandaging everything up again. Make sure to not wrap the bandages too tight to impose blood circulation. There's plenty of different bandage techniques, the internet will help you on that one, but it's not that hard even for a newcomer to just wrap a bit of bandage around. In the end, I use a bit of medical tape to close the bandage. I personally use Silk, but you can use any other medical tape. One of the nice things with these plastic bags is also that when you're finished, it's very easy to clean up. All you have to do is wrap the plastic bag together and you're done. With things being wrapped up there, thanks everybody for watching. Drop a like or comment if you enjoyed this content. Subscribe for further updates. Wish you all a great day and make it count.